In this video, we will revise the concept of work done and look at problems involving forces which act at an angle using this formula. When a force causes an object to move, work is being done on the object by the force. So when work is done, energy is transformed from one energy store to another. So we come back to this concept of the work or work done equals a change in energy. Both of these are measured in joules. We can calculate how much work is done using this equation, where work done equals the net force times the displacement. Here's a simple example. So we've got a net force of 10 newtons, which is being applied over a displacement of 2 meters. So it's as simple as substituting into the formula. So we've got work equals 10 newtons times 2 meters gives us 20 newton meters, which is equivalent to 20 joules. So how do we go about solving problems which have forces being applied at an angle? Here's an example of a lawn roller that's being dragged across the ground in this direction, and the force being applied is at an angle of, say, 30 degrees. Let's say the force being applied is, say, 1,000 newtons, and it's being dragged, let's say, a displacement of 20 meters. How much work is being done in this situation? So you'll probably guess that we'll need to use this equation. Okay, but where does this come from? Well, we've got a force that's acting at an angle. And that force can be broken up into its horizontal and vertical components. So we can say our horizontal component, we'll call this the parallel component because it's parallel to the displacement. And we've got our vertical component which acts at right angles. And here's our angle. So it's going to be a problem we can look at in terms of trigonometry. So we've got our hypotenuse, we've got our adjacent, and our opposite. Now, the only component of this force which is contributing to the work done on the lawn roller is this component, the parallel component. According to our trig rules, we've got adjacent over hypotenuse, so that gives us cos. If we rearrange this, so the other equation we had in the syllabus is that. So in this case, because we're at an angle, this replaces this, which gives us this equation here. Before we go on to solve this, I just want us to consider the same problem however, with the same force acting horizontally. So in this scenario, the work done would be that parallel force over the displacement. So we'd get 1000 newtons times 20 metres is 20,000 newton metres, or 20,000 joules, or you could say 20 kilojoules. Okay, let's come back to this problem where we've now got the 1000 newton force acting at a 30-degree angle from the horizontal. So this means we'd get a reduced parallel force acting horizontally, okay, which is equivalent to, so just breaking this down a little bit, cos 30 is 0.866. Okay, so if we times that by 1000, it's easy to see, it's going to be about 866 newtons of force acting horizontally. And it would be easy to see that this perpendicular force would be the difference, so which would be probably about 134 newtons. But this component of the force has no role in the horizontal motion, so we don't need to know this component. So it's only the horizontal component of the force that contributes to the work done on the roller in the horizontal direction. Now, to calculate the work done, we use this equation times 20 times cos theta, which we know is 0.8, which gives us about 17,321 Newton meters, which is equivalent to joules, which is roughly 17.3 kilojoules of work done. And thinking back, this compares to 20,000 kilojoules of work done if that force was applied fully in the horizontal direction. Now you can go on and have a go at this practice question. Okay, so let's read it. Consider a 250 Newton force acting on 3 identical 20 kilogram blocks in the following situations. So we'll label them A, B, and C. Each object is initially at rest on a surface which has a frictional force of 15 newtons. So that will be a force that opposes the motion in the horizontal. If the forces each act to move each object 5 meters, so that's our displacement, find the work they do. So in the case of the first one, we have a 250 Newton force in this direction. You need to make sure that you subtract the frictional force in the opposite direction. So we have a frictional force which opposes the motion. Okay, so you need to subtract that from this amount, and that will give you the net force, and you can call it the net force in the horizontal. Okay, in this one, we've got a vertical force only, so this frictional force won't come into it. So it'll be a vertical force up, and as in this problem, this problem or this problem, it's the displacement is the same. So we want it over 5 meters. In this example, obviously what you're going to need to do is resolve this force into its components and determine what the horizontal force is. Okay, so, and then once you work out what this is, you'll need to subtract your frictional force from this value. Okay, and that will give you the net force in this direction.